Welcome back, everybody, to Hayes Tech ROM Review. This is Dave Hayes, and we are back with another review. This time it's going to be Resurrection Remix 7.1. I know that a lot of us have been waiting for this ROM to come out, myself included. And I wasn't actually going to do a review until they incorporated CMTE into the ROM. Just because it is CM based, and CM, or CyanogenMod, obviously is not going to be out with Substratum as their go-to or default theme engine. They're going to use their own CMTE, and I have been following the build of CM's theme engine, and they are working on it, guys. It's not. I heard from somebody saying that it was abandoned. It hasn't been abandoned at all. They are working on it. They're having some issues, and they are working around it. There's been a lot of fixes, a lot of good, bright people adding some stuff to it. It's just a matter of time, and they're going to have it in. But I can understand why Resurrection decided to go ahead and release it now. There was a lot of people waiting, although I'm one of the ones that believe, I could have waited. But it's here, and I wanted to make sure I get it out so you guys can see just what kind of changes and what kind of modifications were put into it. What maybe we lost, maybe we might have gained some stuff with Nougat. So let's go ahead and get into this. I also decided I was going to do this on the Nexus 6P as opposed to the Nexus 6. Because I always do videos on the Nexus 6, I always kind of leave the 6P out, and of course my 1+1 out. But let me tell you guys, I have this on my Nexus 6 as well. The ROMs are identical, so when you see this review, it is exactly what it's going to look like running on the Nexus 6, all except for the lock screen, which has the fingerprint reader. That's the only difference. I went through it front and back, and that's the only thing I could find differently is the fingerprint reader. So, this is 7.1 Android. It's got the latest security patches, which would have been, of course, November 5th. I am running Flash Kernel. I got force encrypted the first time I flashed this, and I even flashed the Fed patcher. The problem was I didn't go with a custom kernel. I just flashed the Fed patch, and then it booted up, and of course as soon as it booted it said, hang on, we're encrypting your device. Well, I hurried up and booted back into twerp, formatted my data, pulled everything back off my PC and put it on my phone, and then I also flashed Flash Kernel. That's keeping me from being encrypted right now. So let's go ahead and get into what you guys want to see. I've had a lot of complaints about people say that I linger too long in certain sections and I kind of go off topic. I think that what I just told you is a very important piece of information. And if you want to not encrypt your phone, make sure you take that advice that I just gave you. Alright, everything is going to be in the configurations. And first up is going to be the clock customizations under status bar. And obviously, first up is going to be your clock, right, left, center, hidden. You do have AM, PM, date, style, format, position, all of that's there. I like the fact that they brought in, for us to change the default size, which is awesome. You don't see too many ROMs in Nougat that allow you to do that. This is one that does. Brand or logo. Now that's going to be whether or not you want to run with a logo on, and of course you guys know me, absolutely. So I am running with a logo. These are, let me see, where is it? Oh, it's just a standard logo. They do let you color it. You can pick whether you want it right, left, or, just show it all. Next up going to be your custom logo. And again, they allow you to color this as well. And I'm going with pitch black as I normally do because I'm running their TBOG apps. And whenever I do, I don't know, I think it's cool that it's there. But I figured I'd scroll through here, let you guys see what all different, things that you guys can apply if you want. And then, of course, you can position it where you want, right, left, or, none at all. Next up is going to be your battery. I am running with no battery at all. I know normally when I don't, it's because I'm running the 3-minute mod. I haven't had the time to ask the people, and to be honest with you, I went to the Nexus 6P 3-minute mod thread, and they didn't seem to be very accepting for requests. So this device I don't run the 3-minute mod on very much. I still haven't learned how to do it myself. I wish I could find somebody that would do a video on how to do it. You know, one that explains it instead of typing it. Anyways, I'm getting off subject again. Battery bar. This is the second build that they released. This is the 28th build. In the first build on the 25th, they did not have colors in the battery bar. This one does. You can color it however you want. Obviously, I have mine purple for, you know, full charge. When it gets down lower, you know, I think I have it yellow or red, and then of course charging I have green. But you guys can set it however you want. You can pick the gradient. That gives you a gradient look if you want to use that. It's pretty cool. I kind of like it the way it is. Plus, since I'm running with a battery bar, I really don't need my icon to show anyways, so that's one of the reasons I'm not running it. Alright, let's see. Next up is going to be the system icons. You know, Bluetooth for your battery Bluetooth to show, 4G, 3G, notification count, super user. If you want them showing, just click them on. Notification ticker. Now, I will tell you that this is working rather well. Whenever I do get a notification, it does show up in the green with a purple icon, so it's working really, really well. So kudos to them for that. Let's see, weather and temperature. This was working. For some reason it's not now, and I don't know why. Maybe a system UI restart might fix that. I'm not sure. Let me change the color on it and see if that does anything. No. Alright, let me go ahead and put it on right, and let me try left, see if I can get it to come on, because I did have this on once. I don't know why it's not showing now. It's probably something stupid that I did. Anyways, next up is going to be your traffic notifications. This is for incoming, outgoing network usage, you know, data usage, stuff like that. It's nice to have. I normally don't run with it unless I can color it. And it's nice, again, that the developers at Resurrection Remix allow us to color that. Carrier labels up next. If you guys want to go the carrier label, you can do it right here. I actually have RR 7.0 already set up, so if I go with lock screen and status bar, that is what it would look like. And again, they let you color it. I'm going to go ahead and take that off for now. Status bar gestures. This is going to be your double tap to sleep and your brightness control by sliding. If you guys do that or use that, that's where you turn that on or off at. Status bar, system UI tuner. This is going to be where you can pick and choose what you want to actually show on your status bar. And of course you have your do not disturb. You know, you can have that turn on like I do whenever you hit your volume keys. And then under other is your power notification controls. And then if you guys are into the breathing notifications, this is going to be where you can turn those on. I used to be, back when it was in KitKat, in Jelly Bean, I kind of like that. Anymore with Marshmallow, the way everything's set up, I really don't need that breathing notification. It works really good. Heads up works great. So we're just going to go ahead and run with that. Slide to the right, that brings up panel customizations. Notification panel, if we open that up, that's going to be your quick setting shade transparency. Basically whether you can see through it or not. Right now I have it where you can pretty much see through it. They do have your shade stroke, your shade color, and I'm going to go ahead and go with a bright green for that, let you guys see what that looks like. Basically what that does is gives it an outline, kind of like a glass with like a light shining through the glass. You'd see the edge of it in a green. That's what that does. I think it's just a pretty cool feature to add. Then of course you can change that. You can take your thickness way up if you want, or if you want it like really super thin, take it right down to where it's just barely showing. You can do with that, do with it whatever you want to do. You can radius to corners if you want. you know, kind of round them. Right now they're square. If I take it all the way up, notice how it really rounds it. That's what you can kind of do with these settings here. Next up is going to be your volume panel. Of course, you have your transparency for your volume panel, and then you can set up your stroke on that too as well. You know, and you can color it and all of that. Power menu, your dialogue for that. You know, transparency on that. If I show you what it looks like, right there is what it looks like for me. I actually have it kind of like an in between on the transparency, and I also have the rotation as far as my animations go, which we'll get to. That's all under animations. Then you have your force expanded notification and your disable immersive mode. If we slide to the right, it's going to bring up the recents panel. You have your under general UI. We have immersive recents. I have mine set at full screen. You guys can do with that with what you want. You can show the memory bar. Kudos to you guys on that. I'll tell you, the developers, when they put that in, they definitely listen to the people. I've seen a lot of requests for it. They did throw it in right off the bat, so good on them for that. And then, of course, show clock and date, which you guys can turn it on or turn it off, depending on what all you want to see. Let's see. Then we have the clear all button. Turn it on to turn it off. And then, of course, you have your positions, which they give you the 6 positions to choose from. Recent style. This is going to be your buttons, layout, color, all of that. This is going to be where you can customize your recent settings. So if we bring up the Rolodex right now, and I only have one app open, you can really customize it with these settings right here. Again, I really haven't played with it much. You guys can go to town on it. I usually leave mine just the way it is. But again, that's what's nice about Resurrection and say Broken and Cyanide. These kind of ROMs go over the top as far as custom settings go. And you guys know me, if you've watched any of my videos in the past, you know I love custom options like this. Hidden apps speaks for itself. And then, of course, Omni Switch. If any of you like to use Omni, you still use it. This is going to be where you can go to turn it on. And, of course, if you turn it on, you have all your settings right here. I'll scroll down and let you guys see them. Now, I don't want this video to drag too long, so there's going to be a lot of things I'm not going to go over like I normally do. I just don't want this to be a really crazy video because as soon as Resurrection comes out with the CMTE incorporated in with the ROM, I'm going to do another review so you guys can see our Resurrection in its full glory. Because right now I can tell you guys, I don't use Substratum. I do have it downloaded, and I do have some themes on. I tried to use them, and it just ends up in a boot loop. All kinds of problems trying to run it. It's CM based. It wasn't designed to run Substratum. It's designed to work with CMTE. So you're going to get issues. Does that mean that you can't get a theme to work? No, it doesn't. I'm sure if you look around, you'll find a theme that'll work. But I'm just telling you guys, it just wasn't designed for OMS. Slide to the right brings up quick settings animations. I have mine on rotate. You guys can do, of course, whatever you want with that. I also went with super fast, and I am running linear on my interpolar. Your quick pull down, I have it set to right. Of course, you guys, again, if you don't want it, you can actually turn it off. You do have your smart pull down too. And tile layout, this is going to be where you can actually set up the way your tiles look. One of the things I don't like about Nougat is the way the quick setting panel is. I don't like it at all. I like Marshmallow, and before that, I just think that, you know, that's just the way I like it. The animations kind of kill it. I have mine set up right now at 3 columns and 5 rows. I think it fits perfectly. If you go with 6 rows, you're not going to be able to see your back button. If you go with 7 rows, you're not going to be able to see that bottom row, because as soon as you start going up, you start losing your icon, so you're not going to be able to see it at all. So my suggestion is just to set it this way, and then everything else will be up on your swipe over to the right, which I hate. But it's Nougat. It's the way it's going to be. There's nothing we can do to change that. Not unless the developers get in there and figure out a way to get around that, which would be awesome. let's see. Next up is going to be the advanced settings. Vibrate and touch, advanced data tile. Basically, all the settings that you're going to do the buttons on or in the quick settings. This is going to be where you're going to go to set those up at. And that's pretty much all the settings for now. I would definitely expect to see some more settings added in here once they get a little bit further ahead in the builds. Let's see, lock screen. Gestures for your lock screen, tap lock screen, sleep, power button, torch, on long press, which I use, by the way, so yes, I'm going to have that on. Lock screen UI, power menu to lock screen, if you want to show it on your lock screen, and I always do. Let's see, show lock screen, or show lock screen clock, pin ripple, all that. As you guys can see, many options to choose from here, which is awesome. I don't see the blur on here. I really like lock screen blur, but I'm probably missing it. It may just be in the blur section, which is under miscellaneous, which we're going to get to. Color customizations. Now, guys, you can go to town on this. And again, I've gotten so many remarks from people that come onto my videos and say, "Man, that sucks. That looks like crap. Your theme really sucks." I set these up to show you guys what the possibilities are. It's not necessarily my taste, but me doing these videos for a wide array of people to watch, it's hard to say what people's likes and tastes are. I'm just letting you guys know what you can do with this. And if you want to go crazy wild, here you go, crazy wild. If you want to actually theme this and make a theme out of it, go to town. Right now I have it set like this, so if I go to my lock screen, like that, this is what it's going to look like. Notice the weather's not on there. I still haven't been able to get the weather to show on my lock screen. And that could be because I have a custom kernel installed. I don't know. It may be something that just has to come with an update. But I'm not going to submit a bug because, again, I'm running with a custom kernel. Let's see. Button shortcuts is going to be your bottom buttons. You guys can work with that there. And, of course, your upper shortcuts, what they mean by that are your center. I think I put one, yes, I have the Chrome div on there. Again, if I go into my lock screen and let you guys see, see, it's not even there now. And it was there earlier. I don't know why it's not. So we're going to go ahead and add another one. I'm going to choose application, let them load, and we'll go with Gmail. I'm going to go ahead and go back and go to my lock screen. And, well, there's Chrome div. It's back, and there's my Gmail. So now you can see where some of those color options I chose are. Let's see. Weather options. Show weather on the lock screen. Yes, and it's not. So I'm going to go ahead and click it off and back on. Let's see if that fixes it. And no, it didn't. So I just can't get weather to show on my lock screen. Jesus. Auto custom never hide it. Alright, maybe that was it. Let's see. Nope. Alright, anyways, moving on. Then of course you have your security. Enable or disable the various security features on the lock screen. Quick unlock, your power menu on the lock screen, which of course, again, I said before, I like to have it there. And then of course your lock screen notification count. Slide to the right, it's going to bring up gestures. You have your gesture anywhere. App sidebar. Turn that off. App circle bar. This one I do use sometimes. I'll show you guys quickly. Basically, you go down through here, pick some apps that you want to show in this. Click OK. Set up your trigger width, your position, and your height. We're going to go back, and then if I touch in that area, come on, there it is. I don't have my trigger width very far, and it's just going to be the apps that you chose. So I'm going to go ahead and go back in there and shut it off so I don't inadvertently hit it while we're doing the review. Next up is going to be Pi control. I can tell you right now it is working. There it is. So if you guys are into Pi, go ahead and go to town on that. I'm going to shut it off. I don't use Pi anymore. It does have the 3-finger gesture, and it works great. Basically what that is you put 3 fingers on the screen anywhere and pull down, and what happens is you get a screenshot. That feature I really like. Under buttons, swiping to the right, it's going to give us our nav bar. Now this is going to be where you can go in, set it up for your fling or nav bar settings, or your smart bar. Right now I have it on under smart bar. If I go in here and I go to fling, and they go under fling settings, excuse me, you guys can see these are the settings for fling. I'm just going to slowly scroll through here and let you guys see what they are. This is one option that I just don't use. I don't like fling very much, but I'm glad that they put it in here because choice is great. Seems like anymore Android is really trying to push everybody to have the same thing, and I just hope that they don't screw with their product so much that there's going to be no more custom ROMs coming out, because it's getting harder and harder for the developers to even make custom ROMs anymore. Let's see. Where was I at here? Smart bar. Oh yeah, these are smart bar settings, guys. I'm sorry. Now we're going to go ahead and go back. Pulse, if you guys are into that, which I am. I love Pulse. These are your settings for Pulse. You can turn on the lava lamp. I do have it on. Fading block, all that. Sanity level, that's pretty cool. And the lava speed. You have to play with it to understand what that does, but it's pretty cool. That pretty much takes care of that. Power menu. A lot of features on the power menu. Again, you guys know, if you've watched any of my videos in the past, I love it when they have all those features on the power menu. You do have your camera button there. By pressing the power button twice, auto adjust the the launch, the vibration. You can end your call with the power button. I can tell you right now, the advanced restart's already ticked on by default. But you definitely want to check that, because if you don't have that turned on, you're not going to get where you can reboot into your recovery or system UI reboot or any of that. So make sure that's turned on. Then, of course, all the way at the bottom is going to be your volume button, controls, and settings. Now, if we swipe to the right, I'm going to get a drink here real quick. That's going to bring up our animations. First up is going to be the system animations. I really don't play with these very much, but there they are. If you guys are really into that, go to town on that. And they do have scrolling modifier on here, which is awesome. I didn't think they were going to have it because, again, it being nougat, but they do. It's great. Now, normally I set my fling velocity and scroll friction up to about 9,500 or 1,900 or 19,500. That's usually what I go with. Anymore, I kind of go with about what the stock is. And also my scroll friction, I used to set it at about 20. I've noticed, though, with marshmallow, that 20 is just way too fast. It needed to be there back in Kit Kat and Jelly Bean, and Lollipop, but seems more in the marshmallow and nougat, it doesn't need to be there. Just by turning it on, really, really speeds up the scrolling. So I'm not really going to mess with that much. Toast animations are next. If you guys want to play with the toast animations, you can go to town on that. These are the animations they give you. I'd love to see rotate in that too. That would be cool. To have all my toasts come up in rotation, that would be cool. Let's see. Power menu. Now, this is the one where I have it set up rotation. I did try flying. Flying's pretty cool too. I didn't try 3D. Maybe we'll try the 3D. Let's see what that looks like. It's okay. I'm going to go ahead and go back to rotation. I just kind of like that the most. Configuration tab, transition effect. Let's see. Again, these are just things I don't mess with much. Let's go rotate up. What the heck? And then, of course, you can just flick that button on the bottom and disable all the animations if you want to do that. Slide to the right is going to bring up the interface. First up is going to be your font size. This is basically which is usually under display. You could change your font size to what you want just by doing that. It does give you a preview on that. You can go to your display size, which is again the same thing. You could change that. It's going to change it. It's going to let you see what it looks like. I'm going to go ahead and go back to the default setting. Same with the font size. I want to go with the default setting on that. Expanded desktop. You're just going to you're just picking apps that you want to show. Basically, this goes through the apps that you have, and it tells you which ones that you can use. You can also add some to this list if you want, and just turn that switch on, and whenever you are into those apps, it'll actually be in expanded desktop. Ambient display. If you guys want to run it, here it is. It is on for me. It's been working too. I have been getting some of my displays showing when the phone is sitting idle. I just think it uses up too much battery. I just don't use it. My light's working. The LED's working very well, by the way, guys. So notification lights are working. I don't need that. Dashboard settings. Let me see. Configuration style, Nougat. Let's go with classic. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Let's go back into, where was I? Where were we at? I'm going to pause this. Alright, I got it back. Holy cow. Okay, anyways. We're just going to leave it, let's see. We're going to go back with Nougat. There we go. That's a little better. And let's see. I'm going to go ahead and hit the back button. And where were we at? Dashboard. Okay, there we are. Then you have disable suggestions, remove tile summary, dashboard conditions, all that. This is going to be where you set up your dashboard. Let's see. Next up is going to be heads up display. This is where you can pick whether you want to even run heads up or not. I choose not to run with heads up. I just like to use the notification light. And then, of course, your screenshot type. They actually have it out now where you can take full screen screenshots, or you can actually drag sections of it and take partial screenshots, which is pretty cool. Although I kind of like it set up with full screen. I'm just used to it. It's quicker. And then I can always crop it when I'm done. So that's just me. You guys do however you want to do that. Under miscellaneous is going to be your SE Linux switch options. I am running it permissive right now. I didn't change it to anything. It's because of the kernel I'm running, and I'm running kernel auditor mod. And the first thing I did was I went into kernel auditor mod and changed that over to run permissive. Clock and screen widgets, it's basically exactly what it says. You go in here, you set up your clock widget however you want to set it up. Not calendar. Then you have your weather panel. And again, I do have that all set up, and I'm still not showing a temperature on there. I was when I first set it up, and for some reason it's just gone, and I don't know why. Let's see. Updates next. This is going to be where you go to check for updates, and let me tell you guys right now, it works. I was running 11.25, and this morning actually, I got the on both devices that there was an update. So this is working great. Next up's your system app remover. If you guys, I highly recommend it. You stay out of that unless you know what you're doing. Make a backup first. Then of course your fingerprint. Authenticate, your vibration for your fingerprint, and then you can change warding colors if you want. Last but not least, if you swipe to the right, it's going to give you all the information about Resurrection Remix. So guys, that's it. And even though this does not have near the settings that it had in Marshmallow, it's pretty close. This was a long video. And I'm not going to go through any of the other settings. They're basically just your standard settings, and I'd pretty much be just wasting your time. So I'm going to call it quits there. I am going to do some final thoughts, though. Let me hit the home button, see if I can get this baby to go home. There we go. I'm going to give you some final thoughts of what I think about it. It's running great. I would definitely say that this is daily driver material. I've made phone calls, I've sent texts, I've been running it for 2 days solid now. No issues, no random reboots, and that's with the Flash Kernel too. I've had, like I said, no random reboots, no dropped calls, always got my texts. I didn't have a sleep of death issue going on, so it's working. Again, the theming part is what I'm worried about. There's a lot of people out there, me included, that when we run Resurrection Remix, we run it for a reason. Because we're used to what it was. And yes, I know change is there, because, if we don't have change, we don't have progress. But you don't change just to change. You change to make it better. And I think they did. But, I think I probably would have held off until CMTE was out, because now we have people out there trying to flash OMS themes on it. And we have people saying that, oh, they'll all work. No, they don't. They don't all work, and you're going to end up in a boot loop. And unless you know what you're doing and know how to get out of that boot loop, you're going to find yourself screwed, and you're going to basically reflash and lose all your data and stuff like that, and you don't need to. Guys, just let me tell you one thing. If you do happen to try an OMS theme on here and you end up in a boot loop, reboot to recovery, go to install, scroll down till you see Substratum. Click on that. There's going to be two options there. There's going to be Legacy and there's going to be OMS. It don't matter which one you pick. Probably go with Legacy. Try that. But even if you use the other option, it will still fix it for you. Just use that, flash it, reboot to system, and everything's going to be fine. That's how you get out of the issue that you got into. Again, I wish I could tell you guys what themes worked and what themes didn't. I'm not using any. I had issues. I'm not going to try it anymore. I'm just going to wait for CMTE to come out. And who knows? They may just say the hell with CMTE, code it differently, or use or AOSP as their base and go with OMS. Who's to say? I hope they stay this course and keep going the way they're going, because I'll wait for it, Anyways, guys, if you liked the video, and I know it went long, but if you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. That really helps me out. And I do want to thank all of my subscribers. I'm almost at 600 right now, and Lord knows, I never thought I would have got that many people that wanted to see my videos, and I appreciate every single one of you guys. So kudos to you all too, and I will see you guys on the next one.